All right, welcome everyone. Glad to see you all here this Tuesday evening. Super exciting but busy week. Thank you all who showed up live last night, and thank you, Vanessa, for joining me and sharing such awesome tips that have helped you so much getting started. You guys, it was so nice to have her on there because sometimes we forget. I guess this is my view that I think other people have going in, is it's always nice to hear from people who have hit consultant, manager, and maybe they're, further like me or some of the other top leaders. But it's always nice to bring it back when they're right in it, right in those shoes, and knowing what of all the tips and stuff that we share really made some of the biggest strides and differences for people to help them grow in their business. And that's what Vanessa was able to share with us last night. So I really appreciate that. And we got amazing feedback on the whole thing, and a lot to do with you, Vanessa. So thank you for being so open every single time. Corporate has asked her to do things, I've asked her to do things, and she always says yes. So thank you. That has a lot to do with what's going on. So we can talk about whatever you felt was helpful. Martha said she recorded it and had some like before and after like ending edits to make before she sent it to me. But when I get the recording, I will post it. So it might be helpful, not only for ourselves to remind ourselves for things, but to kind of help our new people get started. So let's start with some victories.
I'll start. Your poll idea was fabulous. Let me just say, like, I'm so busy tonight messaging people that responded, heck yes. I'm like, it's crazy. So people that are just, have never shown any interest before. So that's awesome.
I was shocked as well. I've done other polls on other things, but then this is like even more serious. Like those are lighthearted polls that people don't really respond to. And like you guys, it's like they've been waiting for us to ask them. So I agree. Mine were all from people who've never expressed an interest before, not my hot prospects either. So good.
And equally,
go ahead.
Well, I just was going to say it's exciting too, because it's actually people that I've thought of contacting, but I haven't actually reached out to. So it's like, oh yes, thank you.
Yay. So, I know. I think people are more apt to respond to a story than I even put a call to action in my post, and they don't do that. I mean, it's easy to just hit a button, right? So I think it was Sydney Litch on John's interview that said she usually does polls on Mondays and Thursdays for whatever reason she thinks she gets the best response during that time. So just always keep that in mind. And I really didn't think of it until I was just posting them. And then I thought I wanted to add something else. And I was like, yeah, what a perfect opportunity. And it was at ICU instead of yes or no. That's because Del Rey was showing an example of some question she asked about interest, yes or no. She goes, I didn't know that you could change the answers. And so now I would change it from yes to heck yes. So that's why I did that. And more people put heck yes than put yes. I think that's so funny. So I have to be honest, most of mine were on Instagram. I don't do much on the Facebook just because I can't share to both. And by the way, if you do a poll on Instagram and share it over to your Facebook stories, the poll doesn't go through. You have to redo it so that they can click on it on Facebook. Even though I have more people on Facebook that I know, it's like I get more interaction on Instagram for some reason. And so of course what I did was said, hey, Jenny, I would absolutely love to have you come Wednesday night or join us. I made an event on Facebook with all the details in the link. I'm going to add you to that right now. Let me know you got it, okay? And none of them have responded, even though I added them to it. So I'm going back now tonight or tomorrow saying, did you see that, so that you can join us? If you're sending them the link, or no matter what, you guys keep a list. Here's the other thing. I meant to go through that poll and screenshot it before it went away, because it's been 24 hours now. Mine's gone. But I did respond to all of them. So I'm going back to my messages to keep track of all the people, so that that day, tomorrow, whether it's an hour before or midday or whatever, I would say even an hour before, you're reminding them, and maybe even send the link right in a private message. Okay. So I have good news about that. We will have a special offer at the end of the call. It's what you're thinking. So you'll find out when you're there, but they need to be on the call, and you need to be kind of gearing them up that there's something special also for the people who are going to be there if you need another follow-up. And so it will be for our team only. And yeah, so basically, I guess I might as well tell you so we know. So Martha gave me like 20 some codes for the social to use, and I didn't use them all. So I said, could we use the rest of those codes for this virtual event that I'm doing? And she said, yes, they're yours. So I have 20. And I'll have to, I don't know if I can get more from her. So I'm probably going to give it 48 hours. So follow up with them right away, and you'll have to message me for the code. Okay. Because it's all individual codes. So 40, that means you'd have through Friday. Who's the area code 612 person? I guess hopefully someone sees that in the chat. So that is good news, you guys. And so we're going to be, ideally the goal here, and I'm going to post more about it in Goal Diggers team page, is that we're going to open our new AMPED Academy the following week. So that gives them even more urgency if they want to do the business and commit to being in this training, that they let you know right away, so that they can do the things that they need to do. So in order to be in the AMPED Academy, you have to have read the Own Your Life book. They have all kinds of different covers when you look for them. As long as it's called, it's on Dawn Failure and the 45-second presentation or Own Your Life, it's the right thing. And so that sometimes takes a while to get in the mail, I've noticed. So there is a link that I can, as long as they've ordered it, I can get them the first 4 chapters to read that they can either print out or read online. Okay, I have a link to that. So basically you want them to be getting that right away. And then we have a little sheet for you to pat forward to them that we'll be giving that means they're committing at least 10 hours. Most people are going to take it seriously. Anyone who's really what we call a runner is committing at least that, if not more, in order to get it done. So now, if you have someone who wants to be in the AMPED Academy, you do not have to be in there with them. It would be ideal if you want to work as hard as your person and be in there. But if you're not willing, I mean, like if you've been in some of the 90-day groups or been offered in the 90-day groups to put that kind of commitment forward and you've declined, this would be the time for you to step up. If you've been in them and not been able to uphold to those things for any reason, this would be the time that you would have to stay upheld to those, okay? If you're still not at that place that you want to commit in your business, that's okay. Your person can still be in there and we will lock arms with them, because that's usually what happens anyway, right? If someone's running to run hard, they're locking arms with the people who are running hard. So that's going to be a personal decision you're going to have to make, but I don't want any sponsors coming in just because they have a person coming in saying they're going to do things, and later we have to confront you saying, we're not seeing the commitment from you, okay? But that doesn't mean we won't help your person. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So any questions about that? Thank you for the victory, Jen. Your victories, sorry, always leads me to like another topic on my agenda. So who else has a victory?
Hey, I do, Lori.
Yay, go Lori.
This happened actually last Tuesday during the call, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to jinx myself. I know I sent a message, but I had a dear friend of mine enroll with the Ultimate Pack last Tuesday. So very excited because it's been quiet for a while. I'm in the 90-day group, so I'm just glad things are moving. And she's actually interested in the business. I'm keeping fingers crossed she comes tomorrow night. She has a part-time job. She works at night. And so I've, explained to her, I was like, would you like to be able to work from home and not have to work till 2, 3, 4 in the morning and have a full-time job? So she's extremely interested in the business, and I've worked with her before. So I know she's got a great passion and a great heart and can do this. So
that's awesome. You already know she's the type of person that commits and isn't flaky.
Yes, exactly.
No,
yes.
Sometimes this kind of brings up a good point that I'll let Jen go back to later, that we can kind of feel like we want just like anyone. We need an enrollment. I'm going to go ask this person and this person. But if you kind of know these people, it's so important to look back at that, because is it really worth your effort if the chips fall the way you pretty much knew they were going to the whole time anyway? You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, so go after seek out the people that you truly want to work with. Ron or
Yep.
Vanessa talked about that last night too. And those are the people who became consultants on our team. She
Yep.
approached them because she saw something in them.
Yep.
So, Jen, do you want to add what you told me earlier?
Yeah, we were just talking, and I think that might be, you know, just from last night, because I listened to you guys and stuff, and after you've been in it for 3 years, it kind of like, you know, it's like you say, the mundane. And so when you listen to someone like Vanessa who's new in it, she's excited, it kind of takes you back to that. And so I don't know if that's what kind of spurred me into it, but I sometimes have a tendency to just let life overwhelm me. And so then I just freeze and do nothing. And so I thought, you know what, I'm getting messages out for this event on Wednesday. So I sat down with my list of people. I have a great big, huge, long list of prospects. And I picked out, you know, the people that I most want to work with. And then I just took a lot of extra time. I went to their Facebook page just kind of to see what's been going on, and made my messages super personal. And I didn't get a lot of messages out, but I don't want to mass message people. I hate that. So I get those messages and it's right away. It's like, click, I don't want to see this. So I don't want to be that. So, so the people that I have messaged, I've heard back from 2 or 3 of them already, just boom, you know, just, yeah, absolutely. I'll take a look. So that's been awesome. So.
Yay. So yeah, spend your first majority of your time on the people you want most. Then any extra time you go to the rest of your list, right? So that's fantastic. I love that. And it's just, you know, I've learned the hard way too. Like I got to get out to everyone, boom, 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 you know? And then when I take my time personalizing each one and don't even send as many, you're right. The response is different. So Lori, I got to go back. Last week when I found out she enrolled in Ultimate Pack, and it was sort of happening while we were on our call last Tuesday, because I said, congratulations on your enrollment. She texted back going, oh my gosh, it was an Ultimate Pack. The girl was messaging me during your call, or during the Gold Diggers call. I said, and why did you not tell us about that? I'm not ready to hit you over the head. That's like amazing. And she's like, well, I didn't want to jinx it. I didn't have it in yet, you know, and all these things. But she said, I use the PK script every single time.
Verbatim. Yep.
So that, how do you ever sell an Ultimate Pack? Ever? Making sure you tell them about the Ultimate Pack, right? I love it. And it was just for one person. It's not a couple or anything like that.
Yep. Her answer was go big or go home. And I was like, okay.
That's awesome.
Home.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just don't know who we're talking to, you know, and what they're thinking on the other end.
Yeah.
Super exciting. Any other victories? And think of how many Disney points you got. 600 and something. Awesome. Okay. And I have to shout out, did I tell you last week? I'm not sure it was set in stone. Vanessa has earned her way to Disney. She's got 10,000 points. I know she was super close last week. And she's in the top 100 to get everything paid for. So she has to hold her way there. She's like trying to figure it out. I'm like, you have to keep going strong. We don't know when people are going to creep up there. But so amazing. And I haven't posted it on Facebook yet. I keep telling her we have so much going on. I'm not trying to hide her, I'm trying to be strategic with all these posts. But watch this week and we're going to blow her up as she deserves. But the other thing I was going to mention to you guys, you know how we talked about sharing financial transformations just like we share physical transformations? Whether you want that to be your Freedom Friday, your Wealth Wednesday, your Transformation Tuesday or Thursday, it doesn't matter. Pick whatever you want, okay? But on the mastermind call with Cindy, they were talking about really just trying to do more of that team-wide. So like, you don't have to say it's your, obviously we want them to be our team members. That's even more exciting, but don't hesitate to share someone else's story that's on your team to show people what's possible. Instead of just, I mean, yes, go comment and love on them, but share it again. Not share it. Write it yourself and write it with your own words. Like, this is a team member that has inspired me so much on her journey. She's showing us what's possible. Like, tell a little bit about their story. And our team has new stars popping up all the time. Like, you guys, that can actually do a lot for your business, because people don't always translate that or look to see if it's actually your team member. They just need to see what's happening, you know, and what's possible. So, and when you get tagged in them, that's great that it's on your timeline too. So I would encourage more of that. They're actually encouraging a lot of on the mastermind. And it can be, you know, from Cindy's team too. You know, if you kind of know the person or know of them through it and you're inspired by their story, put it up so that you have something. I would say you need to have some sort of financial transformation at least once a week going up on the timeline. I don't know. Lori Webb is, what's the number? 402 what? Is it 216 something? I know her phone number, sort of.
It's
If you
someone
guys-
on best team. It might be Leah.
402-575-8402.
I don't know who that is. For those of you that are on the phone, you can pop in and let us know. The reason we're asking is because Dawn keeps a roll, because I am doing incentives for the people who are on live, and I'm doing a drawing for an either personal development or event ticket at the end of after October's over, and then I'll do a new one for November. Speaking of October, November, it looks like we have a new bar coming out in our seasonal catalog. Super excited to find out more about that. I think, oh, I just wrote it down. Lisa told me, I think we find out next week what that is. And then there's going to be this seasonal giving guide. So this really amped up our sales last year. This is when I promoted to 7-star, was during the holiday giving season. So definitely promote it. Not just, it's not so much always for new people. It's you're keeping your people engaged on what's going on. So that's why I always make sure I post it like in the Goal Diggers team page if you have all your people in there, and then of course if they're seeing it in HHP. And that's why some of you new people, I know that we may not have talked about this as much, you want to have a presence in HHP. So try and post something in there once a day, 3 times a week, something, because you've added people to your like kind of virtual support product store. And so they want to see your presence there and that you're still there. So I know sometimes you're tagging them in things, but try and just post something in there similar to ideas you see posted in there all the time. It's actually a really light form of follow-up. And I can't tell you, you guys, I have several people over the years who come to me to enroll, and they were added by other people. I don't enroll them, of course, but why do you think they come to me? Because they see me posting in there all the time. And so I'll probably support them. But I go dig up who their person is that added them. Sometimes there's someone who totally quit. Then I follow up and find the upline and everything. And I have ended up have the upline go, I don't even know who that person is, Lori. So go ahead and enroll them. That did happen once. So have a presence there if you want your prospects to stay engaged there and your team members. So let's see. I wanted to let you know, I know it used to be kind of unclear because the Stepping Up calls are like every 3rd Monday or something of the month. But now those associate to consultant and consultant to manager Stepping Up calls are going to be every single Monday at 6 o'clock and 6:30 Central Time. And then this week, Martha was saying it was going to be Thursday, but I thought it was tomorrow. On the 10th was the NYKO day, and they are planning on it being almost sold out by the end of this week. So I definitely get the word out to your team, and they're having us blast NYKO stuff everywhere. They will be wanting us to, I thought it was all on Wednesday. I got an email about it, but she said Thursday. So it's either tomorrow or the next day. And so this is the week to really be engaged in getting your people locked into what NYKO is about and getting their tickets if they don't already. And make sure, again, I did set up the event for the Goal Diggers NYKO, and we have a number of people who already have their ticket and already, yay, Jen got her ticket, awesome, and already commented in there. So make sure that you go through and your team members are added to that event so they get the notifications and see how many of their team are going to the event. That's the biggest thing, you guys. I guarantee there's a number of team members that kind of see this stuff and go, that looks interesting. I don't know if their sponsor's not going, or they don't know anyone going, or they're unsure, or they don't know what to do, they're not going. Okay. So make sure you've connected with your team members, because I know you guys on the call are all going to be there. I was going to mention the poll, but if people don't know what we're talking about with the poll, thank you, first of all, Dawn Basenko, but I saw another leader have these images. Well, they were on her timeline, but then when I saved them and started looking at them in my stories, like, these fit the stories like really perfectly and look really crisp and clean. And I guarantee that's why they made them that way. So I said, I swear I saw, and Dawn was like, I have time to make something. And aren't they beautiful when you put them in your stories? So tell her thank you. That was awesome. It really is nice to have images, if you're going to use them in your stories, that fit, instead of having a shrunken ad or something like that. Okay. So if you haven't put it up in your stories, do it and add the poll. What I did is had the first image of the faces, the second image was just the content, and then I did that same content picture again, adding the poll so people have time to read everything. And as you've heard, a lot of people are getting good response. You have to remember, the more people, followers you have, of course, that's going to change your odds of who is going to say yes. I have had some of the most random people I've connected with, not random in that I didn't know them at all. Some of them were people I didn't know at all, but that I ended up friending on Facebook. And I said this in the Gold Diggers chat. One is she's not anymore, but she was my OBGYN for both CJ and Josie. And we were connected, and I've never really noticed a ton of what she posts or she looks, but she was one of the people who said, heck yes, send me the invitation. I never in a million years would have probably guessed her. I don't know, just not connected to her anymore to ask her, but that really surprised me a lot. I think that was about everything. The only thing I was going to say is I do still plan on doing, this was supposed to be Top 10 Team Tuesday, but I told Allyson I needed help in looking at the report the way she showed me. So law of realness and humility today, my reports just were not in a way that was going to give the right recognition, and I'm going to get better, and hopefully next week you will see a Top 10 Team Tuesday. I don't know if I'm going to put all of the huge lists that Cindy Walter does, but at least a top 10 list, okay? Because you guys there's a huge amount over there on Cindy's page. And then just as a reminder, tomorrow is Wealth Wednesday. So if you come across ever during the week an awesome wealth creation story, you can always save that and share it for Wealth Wednesday in our Gold Diggers team page. Thursday is Financial Transformation Thursday. Thank you to Dawn, who went in live and told her story last week. I know a lot of people really, really liked it. I saw a lot of really good comments on it. It doesn't have to be a live. It can just be a story of yourself, of your team member, whatever. Friday is Freedom Friday. I know I had to tell you guys that I put it in there, but thank you all who commented on the freedom you're experiencing and used some really real life examples. I thought it was absolutely awesome. I loved how much engagement there was on that. So thank you, and keep it up. Normally I'm putting the Monday revenue post in, but we did not get paid on Monday this week because of Native American Day. So I didn't want to trip people up doing it on Tuesday. So that's why you didn't see anything in ISA for Wealth or for sure Gold Diggers. But I want you to get in the habit, instead of just posting under ISA for Wealth, you're also going to post in Gold Diggers. And in Gold Diggers, you are welcome to use the actual amount of your check, or you can use a reference to, what that amount is doing for you. It's up to you. I think that was almost everything. Does anyone have any comments or questions? Oh my gosh. I guess the only other thing is about tomorrow night. I would work hard to get as many people as you can. Columbus Day, yeah. You can talk to a few people, my husband included, do not agree with ever calling it Columbus Day, and that is out of whack. So luckily we have now changed it to Native American Day. Vanessa is Native American, so it was all about her too on Monday, on Native American Day. So anyway, I would make sure that you're working as hard as you can to get enough people. Allie and I are, you can give it up to her. We have spent several hours connecting on the slides. We went through it today and it's too long. Surprise. So we're going to have to go through it again and either delete things or skim over things. It's so hard to decide what to keep and what not to keep. I've gotten a few requests from people of things they would like to have included. So we're trying to include everyone's requests. Did someone say something? I thought I heard someone talking. Okay, one person is hoping to get on tomorrow night. So just so you realize it's different, it's a Zoom. It's this same Zoom link that you're going to use to get on. I have 100 people that can get on there, so I don't think this time we would probably have an issue, but I don't want anyone locked out. So in the future, if we have too many people on, we'll probably have to make it to people who would have guests only. But we just don't want to make it that there's not enough room, obviously, for our guests. But following, yes, I will talk about having free membership codes. So hopefully that will be a great reason to get all your people on. Hopefully you all found the Facebook event now, so you can use that when you have people say they're interested in hopping on so that they can stay updated there too. Yeah, I don't think we'll know. I don't know. I've never maxed out before to even know what kind of notification, if any, that I get if it does. I also was going to say that I plan on recording it, even though I'm not telling my guests that I'm going to record it. I'm not recording it for the purpose of sending it to guests that couldn't come. But assuming we like it and it's a decent amount of time, I thought it would be a good video to replace an HHP for the Ideal Life one, since it will have our team members and be a little more personal to our team, and something that we could share in ISA or Goal Diggers too for prospects. Hopefully you all saw that now under the announcements, there's a lot of different videos that you can use to tag your new prospects that might be interested in the opportunity. I've definitely noticed a lot more ads to Goal Diggers. Of course, I don't recognize a lot of these people, and even some of the people adding them I don't recognize. I'm sort of crossing my fingers every time I approve it. I'm sure it's awesome. But if you're noticing someone's not getting approved, you guys, I literally have so many notifications going on all the time that I don't know if some of you noticed I can't always see them all. Like Facebook stopped showing them to me on my phone after a while. So there's a good chance I could easily miss a notification that a request is pending in Goal Diggers. And usually I notice it when I go to the page, but if you're really waiting on it, don't hesitate to send me a message. I'm not offended by that at all. I actually appreciate it because there's so much going on. Okay. All right.
Hey, Lori.
Yeah.
As far as that bar goes that's coming out sometime next week, can we post about it or kind of do a little teaser or to our PEs or anything about that yet? Or should we wait?
I mean, if I put it in the Goal Diggers page and I put it in HHP, I would say you could definitely do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. We just can't say what it is. And we don't know anyway. So that works. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys, I'm excited to see you back here tomorrow night and be excited. Allie and I are excited. And we will see you there.